Jeanette Adams, here we are, and I'm sorry it sounds as if I've got a mouthful of food, but I do, because I've been eating some of your wattle seed cookies, and they're absolutely superb, and I'm going to have some of those chocolate things in a minute. But you're with Redlands Indigiscape Centre.
That's correct.
Now, I've no idea what you do, except I know that you're involved in Indigenous food and getting it out in the marketplace, but why don't you tell me all about it?
Okay, so we're in Native Botanic Gardens, situated in the Redlands, about 35 minutes from Brisbane City. We have
north of Brisbane?
Out to the coast, towards the bay.
Okay, cool,
So we have Native Botanic Gardens, fabulous walks to the Australian bushland areas.
Lovely.
So we concentrate on that bush experience, the real Australian experience, and we carry that through to our food. So we have bush tucker experiences in our cafe, where we use a lot of the native fruits and berries, as well as the spices, as well as the meat. So we look at kangaroo.
You don't do things like witchetty grubs, do you?
No, we don't do witchetty grubs. But we do kangaroo and crocodile and barramundi.
But you also use the indigenous and the native herbs and spices in cooking those.
We do.
So what would they do to change the flavours or tastes of a meat?
So we would do, with kangaroo, for example, we would do a lemon myrtle kangaroo.
Oh, nice,
the lemon myrtle is a fabulous product. It works with so many things, because we'll also do lemon myrtle scones.
Oh, nice.
Lemon myrtle with chicken. It's a really all-rounder. But then, of course, you've also got the fruits, and so we have our local gelato man. He actually makes us a wild lime gelato that we serve as well. So we work very closely with the local people and make sure that we get a lot of product in there. But we tell the stories of the food, which is really important to us. So we use the Quandamooka people, their stories. They let us know what we can tell people about the food journeys that we have, and that's really important.
Isn't that amazing?
We love to tell stories.
So there are local people, local Indigenous people, right, who get involved with you in this as well. But their ancestors would have been collecting these items for foods. How far back?
Oh, a long time ago, for as long as you could think. The local people, actually, the Indigenous people live on Stradbroke Island, North Stradbroke Island. So that's where we gather our information from there. And they go way back.
I was speaking on a cruise ship recently about the Australians are Indigenous to Australia, but are the Maoris Indigenous to New Zealand? Which they're not, of course. But a lot of Americans on board were absolutely stunned, and I was getting like 2,000 people to a presentation. They were stunned to find how long the Indigenous people of Australia had been in Australia.
Amazing.
You know, it's 40, 50,000 years. And in fact, there is evidence of maybe even 125,000 years. So further back. Okay,
it's amazing.
From a tourism perspective now, so we've talked about the foods, we've talked about the garden and so on. So do people come and visit the garden, and do you have a restaurant where you can try all this food?
Yes, so we have the gardens and we have a restaurant. We package up tours, so we can have tour guides. Our tour guides will take them on a tour of the gardens, introduce them to those fruits that are in season at the time, and then take them up to the cafe where they'll sample some food. The tour guide stays with them and talks to them about those stories that go with the food.
Brilliant.
And then we're also that set-off point for the rest of the Redlands, so North Stradbroke Island, all of the tourism areas that are around in the Redlands area. So absolutely beautiful spot.
Now, in terms of, we're here at ATE now, and there's a very strong Chinese Asian presence here, obviously, inbound tourism from Asia particularly, and growing markets and so on. Have you met with any sort of Chinese or Asian operators who've been interested in your product, and what have they been saying to you?
I have. I've met with quite a few this morning actually, and the response that I'm getting is fantastic because it's about that food. Everybody wants those food experiences, and because we're really different. It's a really different food experience. It's very much one-on-one, and it goes with the stories. So it's really inviting to the Asian market.
Yeah, cool. And they like things and the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, they're becoming more exploratory. They want to taste things that are natural and to the local environment, you know. And they don't want to go to the standard beaches anymore and stuff like that. So, you know, it's exciting stuff. Now, where can, obviously a lot of Brisbaneites as well, they come up to see you?
Yes, absolutely. Cool. We have a big local population.
And do you sell any of the items, the food items, into Brisbane at all? I'm sorry if there was an elephant going past then, that's why the camera shook a bit.
Yes, we do. So we've got a little shop as well as the cafe, and we sell all of the local produce that we sell in the cafe. We sell it in the shop as well. We'll teach you how to cook with it, as well as our local
cooking schools as well, do you?
Yeah, we can do cooking schools.
Nice.
So all you have to do is ring and ask.
Yeah.
But we also have all of our local artists.
Yeah.
Well, not all of our local,
Yeah.
lots of our local artists have their product in our shop as well. So we're very much about the local community.
So where would somebody find out information about the Redlands Indigiscapes experience or centre?
You can find it online. So www.indigiscapes.com.au.
So www.indigiscapes.com.au. Yeah.
That's correct. Through the Redlands City Council as well.
Brilliant. Well, that's about it, isn't it? I mean, like, you're online and you're available. But look, thank you for your time today. It's really exciting to see that food, in terms of the indigenous foods of Australia and the spices and the herbs and all that, are actually coming into mainstream tourism and not just weird and a bit, oh, I don't do that sort of thing. You know? So congratulations on the initiative. And I look forward very much to wandering down. I live on the Sunshine Coast, so I look forward very much to wandering down to come and see you.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.